I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto-dock suit.
You have insulted my honor!
We're out of stim packs.
You must die!
Maybe you'd be better off with an auto-dock suit. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto-dock.
Attention, students. This is the
No more stim packs.
of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal vaguss. You may know me as the head chief first researcher of Lab Z9.
We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto-dock suit.
DNA and put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another.
No more stim packs.
Oh, and the tarantula one. Attention, students. This
We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto.
Attention, students.
We're out of stim packs.
Attention, students.
No more stim packs.
Voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal vaguss. You may know me as the head chief first researcher of Lab Z. Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr.
We're out of stim packs.
vaguss.
Maybe you'd be better off with an Autodoc suit.
Head chief first researcher of labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly.
We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with...
Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your
We're out of stim packs.
principal,
Maybe you'd be better off with an Autodoc suit.
You may know me as the head chief first researcher of labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly
No more
to
stim
preserve
packs.
rattlesnake DNA and put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another feared predator. Oh, and the tarantula hook.
I can't give you anything for that injury.
Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice.
No more stim packs.
Principal, Dr. Principal vaguss. You may know me as the head chief first researcher of labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly to preserve rattlesnake DNA and put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another feared predator. Oh, and
No more stim packs.
can't splice enough, I always say. Especially if you can make a magnificent cazador. Enough about me. It has come to my
I can't give you anything for that injury.
seemingly innocent children have been subverted by red propaganda. This is a most serious matter. Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal.
We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an Autodoc suit.
Researcher of labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly to preserve rattlesnake DNA and put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another feared predator. Oh, and
We're out of stim packs.
can't splice enough.
Maybe you'd be better off with an Autodoc
If
suit.
you can make a magnificent cazador. Enough about me. It has come to my attention that
No more stim.
Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal.
I can't give you anything for that injury.
vaguss. You may know me as the head chief first researcher of labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly to preserve rattlesnake
We're out of stim packs.
right where it
Maybe you'd be better off with an Autodoc suit.
another feared predator. Oh, and the tarantula. Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal
I can't give you anything for that injury.
You know me as the head chief first researcher of labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly to preserve rattlesnake DNA and put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another feared
I can't give you anything for that injury.
and the tarantula hook. Can't splice enough, I always say. Especially if you can make a magnificent cazador. Enough about me.
No more stim
It's come to
packs.
my attention that many of you seemingly innocent children have been subverted by red propaganda. This is a most
No
serious
more
matter,
stim packs.
requiring the most serious of detentions. Can you spell detention? I'll tell you how I spell it. Death tension. Come, people, training. Oh, and the tarantula. Can't splice enough, I always say. Especially if you can make a magnificent cazador. Enough about me.
No more
It's come to my
stimpaks.
attention that many of you seemingly innocent children have been subverted by red propaganda. This is a most serious matter, requiring the most serious of detentions. Can you
No more
spell
stimpaks.
detention? I'll tell you how I spell it. Death tension. Commie Pico traitors. Oh! Now I will send vicious cybernetic cyborg dogs through the corridors to weed all you traitors out. They will sniff out which among you have chosen the commie path. Especially you, Betsy Bright, who turned me down for the high school dance so you could
No more
solve
stimpaks.
Reggie Marcus. All monitors will also be vigilant. Step outside during class, and they'll make sure you make a speedy jump back to your desk. Hold your urine and wait for the proper path.
I can't give you anything for that injury. No more stimpaks. No more stimpaks. We're out of stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit. We're out of stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit. I can't give you anything for that injury. No more. We're out of stimpaks. No more stimpaks.
We're out of stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off.
I can't give you anything for that injury. We're out of stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit. I can't give you anything for that injury. We're out of stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit.
stim packs.
I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury. No more stim packs. No more stim packs. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto dock suit. No more stim packs. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto dock suit. No more stim packs. I can't give you anything for that injury. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto dock suit. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto dock suit. No more stim packs. more stim packs. No more stim packs. No more stim packs. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit. I can't give you anything for that injury. No more stim packs. Time to fight. I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me. Cessation of hostilities complete.
Down at the end of the hall is ball storage for jocks who like balls. Like Richie Marcus. Did you really, Betsy? Richie likes balls.
No more packs. No more stim packs. No more stim packs. Cessation of hostilities complete.
This is really Boros, by the way. Hello again. None of us thought you would get this far.
No more stim packs.
The residential test. Wasn't that shut down for some reason?
We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto dock suit.
Oh, yes! My pet, Gabe!
We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an auto dock suit.
Him back it is. Gabe? Gabe! You're about to have your favorite treat. A visitor. Won't that be nice? Don't eat the visitor, boy.
I can't give for that injury.
Gabe would bark and snarl and bite whenever anyone came to visit. That's why I replaced his legs with spare parts and fed him a steady diet of psycho-laced dog chow.
I can't give you anything for that injury. No more stim packs.
Gabe, I am sorry I put your brain in a bowl, boy. Oh, who's a good boy? You are!
this. I don't want you to die. Anything for that injury.
No! His Cyberdog atomic core! It's active! That means an exceedingly imprecise countdown to critical failure in...
10! Boros! Why the hell did you install an atomic core? It'll blow when we reach 1, right?
9. All will be fine.
7. Yes! 7. 6. Halfway to destruction, measured in clicks.
5 by 5. Someone's coming in line.
4, as in forbidden. Do you hear me, think tank? It is I, Mobius, hacking your frequenosity.
Mobius! 3. As in we. As in we are in trouble. That didn't rhyme.
2. As in too late.
And 1, as in more.
Now, let the intruder have the sonic emitter schematics. Klein water, alright, boy? Let the intruder dig it up.
Injecting stim pack.
Okay, but down, boy.
This one looks pretty tough. Was that all?
Gabe! No! His Cyberdog atomic core! It's active! That means an exceedingly imprecise countdown to critical failure in...
10! Boros! Why the hell did you install an atomic core? It'll blow when we reach 1, right?
9. All will be fine.
7. Yes! 7. 6. Halfway to destruction, measured in clicks.
5 by 5. Someone's coming in line.
4, as in forbidden.
Ready?
Do you hear
Steady.
me, think tank?
Fighting.
It is I, Mobius, hacking your frequenosity.
Mobius! 3. As in we. As in we are in trouble. That didn't rhyme.
2. As in too late.
And 1, as in... I hope it's blowing up right now in your faces! I see. You won't escape me now. I end you.
Gotcha. Have a stim pack.
You won't escape me.
Ready. Fighting over.
Tail locking on.
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
Robo-Scorpion, attack! Robo-Scorpion!
Fighting over.
Our laboratory.
No more impacts.
If you think training the cyber dogs of X8 makes you
We're out of stim
brave
packs.
intruder,
Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit.
cyber dogs under my command, and they will bite you.
No more stim packs. I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury. We're out of stim packs. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit. I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury.
You're no match for...
I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury.
Do not approach the pylons. Following things. Also, do not approach a fallen pylon. If you see a fallen pylon, call security.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated. What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful. Yes. Yes.
Yes, No, I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know? I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me, a bit. I suppose it could. If it could be quiet for more than a few moments, always talking, touching things. It does have an interface disruptor weave against electronics, like the Forbidden Zone door. Let me check something. Of course, I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue. What are you... Yes, a most goodbye.
Sneaking done. Fighting now. We're out of stim-pack. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit. Cessation of hostilities complete.
You require some additional services? And rightly so, I should think.
brought me some coffee cups. Oh, sweet, sweet fulfillment! I'll break these down for you just as fast as I can.
Got any more sweet, innocent? Yes!
Hi again, sweetie. Bye now.
What's the haps? Used to. Long time ago. Then old Doc Mole ripped out my music drives and stuck in more acoustical processors. Guess you could say I got the blues, even if I can't play them no more.
How can I illuminate you? Certainly. I'm looking forward to it.
Ready,
Time for
steady,
violence.
fighting.
You won't escape me.
No more stim packs.
Attention visitors. Combat experiment in progress. Please put on your goggles and take your rad X now. The X-42 giant robo-scorpion.
We're out of stim packs.
This is a clear
Maybe you'd be better off with an autodox suit.
to commit violence on you all in the name of all that is glorious.
No more stim packs.
Let's make this sport.
Was that all? Does that feel better? Time to fight.
X-42. X-42, attack in the name of Mobius. Pitiful.
We're out of stim packs. Injecting stim pack. Injecting stim pack.
You can't. X-42, crush them with your pincers.
Ready, steady, Injecting Stimpack. This one looks pretty tough. Cessation of hostilities complete.
Looking for a weak spot?
Fighting over.
Disable me from the monitors around the room.
Seeking gun. Fighting now. Was that all? Seeking gun. Fighting now.
X-42. This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you.
Fighting over. Time to fight.
An intruder is here. You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of dark.
Fighting over.
Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely. Whoa, did I leave that on? I thought I'd powered it down. Was wondering what was causing the power outages. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I. Oh, intriguing. I've never been killed before. Although, after that time I got that phlegmy discharge in my biogel, I wished I had been. Well, if there's going to be killing, I defer to your expertise in this matter. How should we begin? Engineering viruses? Canceratic beams? Atomics? Electrocutioning? Or should I summon my minions? Yes, my minions. How gracious of you, a mannerly killing. Minions, destroy this intruder! Or perhaps make it more dramatic. Minions, to me! Oh yes, that's quite a bit better.
Uh-oh.
So, you think... Think you're a match for science? You two couldn't possibly have a relationship. You have nothing in common. I do so love integers.
Injecting Stimpack. I can't give you anything for that injury.
Electrons attached.
Uh-oh.
If a protracted battle is what you desire, so be it.
No more Stimpaks.
We're out of Stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off with an Autodux.
Oh, hello there. You are there. Oh, well, that's good. Were we supposed to fight? I certainly don't feel violent, but, well, these contraptions make it hard to tell. What? Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been? Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie? Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoy that little moment? Fun? Fun? Is tetanus fun? Is rickets? What about sepsis, huh? Enjoy that, do we? The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular impulses, you would hear me screaming at you! I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones. Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. But still, given the tremendous, potentially life-ending peril that went along with those, yes, I'd rather stay here. Oh no, please don't leave me here in this nice, safe dome where I have access to nutritive fluids and a fully indexed library. Please don't deprive me of being dragged through a landscape so bleak it was actually improved by the end of the world. I don't know how I could bear it. It's true, the brains here have experienced some degree of deterioration. I'm confident that with a few decades of work, I can solve the problem. Actually, yes, I do think that. I think that exact thing. All the time. What did you think all those self-preservation instincts were? All those times you thought for a fleeting second, maybe I shouldn't punch that death claw in the face. That was me telling you exactly how I felt before! Ugh, crawl back in there? Are you mad? I don't know where you've been. For all I know, you're riddled with disease or packing one of those delightful head wounds you seem to attract. I'm not crawling back into your head just to ooze right back out again. While the brute force approach is a lovely one, really, it won't work. Even if I wanted to settle myself back in your skull and go to all the trouble of reconnecting nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share. And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead. Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning? Going the old-fashioned route, are we? I rather like it. What's next? Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me.
Was the haps.
You require some additional services?
You require some additional services?
Maybe we could dim the lights and have a candlelit discussion of classic literature.
If you haven't found any communists in your backyard, you're not looking.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
Ready? Steady. Fighting. No more stim packs.
Attack in the dome! The lobotomite return.
You're
Ready?
going on a
Steady.
ride on the evil bus.
This will keep you on your feet.
If we scare it, maybe
No
it'll get
more
off.
stim packs. Cessation of hostilities complete.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eye old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier made his way through the X-8 facility, the computers analyzed the test subjects' movements. They eventually created new cyber dogs to root out commie traitors from the wasteland. Traitors like Betsy Bright, Richie Marcus. Although they couldn't seem to find any commies, so they turned on themselves, howling sonic barks that echoed miles across the landscape.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sync sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Starting combat.
Attention, students.
This one looks pretty tough.
Voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal vaguss. Today, the cafeteria will be serving nothing. Because no cafeteria, no apples, no swirlies, no chocolate pudding left in the chairs of brilliant minds. What are you going to do now, Richie Marcus?
Please step into the open and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens have nothing to fear.
School is a sacred trust. Even though I am a long-ago graduate of this hated facility. Now I see its worth, and see it was corrupted by fraternities and
Please clear the area until order has been restored.
I can't give you anything for that injury. I can't give you anything for that injury. No more stim packs. I can't give you anything for that injury. No more stim packs. I can't give you anything for that injury. That's all. Do you like me?